We are back for another What's Up This Week. All right, so what is going on this week? Well, a couple of things going on. First off, Meta just had their quarterly reports, and I thought it was super interesting. They gave an update on Threads. That is the social platform that you probably have forgotten about, that you probably have the app on your phone and you probably don't check. But believe it or not, it is growing. It now is up to 130 million monthly active users. I fully believe everybody is sleeping on Threads. It will eventually be a big deal, and everyone's going to turn around and be like, oh, I wish I had followers. I wish I had connections on there. And now is that time. Now is when you can build that up. And the game changer, I think, that's coming, and this is right now being tested and being reported on, that they're about to release a Trends tab. And once they release a Trends tab, I think it's going to explode in use. So I think getting on the Threads train now is a good idea. I mean, Meta and Zuckerberg talked about it on the release. It is growing really well. So that was a little surprising to me, but it is what it is. The other big thing this week, of course, is what's going on is the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is coming up, and interesting stuff as it relates to the world of marketing. First off, the 30-second Super Bowl commercials are not cheap. So if you want a 30-second commercial this year, it is $7 million. Yes. But, you know, when you think about the amount of impressions they get and how everyone talks about it, gets circulated, if you got the flow, you got the cash, it's actually not a bad investment. But what's an interesting investment is what's going on in Las Vegas. I'm sure many of you have seen it. There's now something called the Las Vegas Sphere. And if you haven't seen this thing, it is unbelievable. It is this giant ball that's made up of like a billion LED screens. And it looks like a planet just stuck in the middle of the Las Vegas Strip. And inside is an arena. And like YouTube is having concerts in there. And all these other big bands have concerts in there. And it's like one giant LED screen. It's incredible. And you could put any video you want on the outside of this sphere that looks like a planet. So you can advertise on the sphere normally. They sell the advertisements. You can advertise for 1 week, have your thing take over this giant ball. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should Google Vegas Sphere. But you could take over the giant sphere for $650,000 a week on a normal week. And it's estimated you get about 300,000 in-person views, like people walking around, and then about 4.5 million social impressions. But for the week of the Super Bowl, Verizon's actually doing a deal, being reported by Men's Journal, that they're paying $2 million to control the ad and run their ads on the sphere. That is bananas. So it's always interesting to see the marketing that's going on. And the other thing going on marketing-wise, as it relates to Super Bowl, that you can do is this is one of the biggest emoji weeks of the year in your email subject lines. Yes, I know this sounds ridiculous, but this is a week of the year where emojis perform exceptionally well. We did a whole study on my website, subjectline.com. And the two emojis you really want to think about using on the consumer side, if you use the football emoji as your first character in your subject line, it can lift open rates by over 30% this week, specifically heading into the Super Bowl. And then on the business side, I know you're like, business, I'm not using an emoji. Get over it. Come on. On the business side, if you use a trophy emoji this week as the first character of your subject line, we're seeing that lift open rates by over 20%. It's not the ultimate emoji Super Bowl week, but it's a great week because of the Super Bowl to be testing emojis. So that is what's going on this week. And then the other big thing, hopefully you check it out, Guru Conference, my giant free virtual email marketing event. It's a 2-day email marketing conference. We opened up registration. If you go to guruconference.com right now, you can register for free. Last year, we had 20,000 people. We just opened the registration. Hope you check it out at guruconference.com and give this thing a 5-star review. Follow it, subscribe to it. I don't even know what you're supposed to do, but you're awesome for doing it. And we're going to have another short episode later this week, which is our Ask Us Anything, and then our 10-minute episode at the end of the week where we share tactics, tips, whatever. So I hope you eat a lot of chips and guacamole at the Super Bowl. Thanks.